Hello and welcome to another episode of Soul Sessions. I am your host, Miss J. Cole, and I'm sitting here today with Miss Eryn Lanaie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. And we got back there the producer, Stan the man. Hey, Stan.
What up?
What up? Always putting him on the spot. You know what I'm saying? So, anyhow, we're going to get right to it. Again, this is Eryn, and I'm so glad to have you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
I'm excited to be here. I'm like, when you told me about it, I was like, yes, for sure.
Yeah.
That's how come. I'm like, this seems like my vibe.
Good. I like to hear that. So, we're going to get into it. And why don't you go ahead and tell me about yourself?
I'm Eryn Lanaie. I'm 25 years old. I'm born and raised in Phoenix, Arizona. So I've been here my whole life. I'm a single mother to a 5-year-old. He's about to turn 6 in December. I've been writing for probably since I was like 9 or 10. So I've been writing for a long time, recording for like 10 years. So yeah, that's really like the gist of me. Like I really like chill. Like I'm a homebody. Like I just do my music and kind of just like vibe. Like I love to like work and be of service. So I'm always like at events helping and stuff like that. So that's really me in a nutshell. I'm an Aquarius, so I'm water sign and an air sign. So I'm just chilling, vibing all the time.
Vibing all the time. I know how that is. So I know you said that you reset. Okay, so in your musical journey, you write, you produce your own. Cause I know when we talked before, you gave me a whole lot of things that you do. So what all do you do within
my music? And what I do is I'm really like a one-woman label at this point because it's just me. Like I brought somebody in to help like on a management level, and they help with like PR and stuff where you see the magazines and stuff like that come in. But like I run my social media pages. I like theme them out. Like I make sure I post according to algorithms. So it's like I've studied analytics and business, and I'm in school for business as well.
Okay.
So I studied the analytics of all of my platforms. I make sure like I built my own EPK so that I could send out to DJs and make sure that I'm representing myself right. I made sure I signed up for like all of my stuff. So it's like I kind of operate like an exec because I made sure I set up all of my business stuff to make sure I got all my royalties, no problem. And then I also made sure that make sure my mic is good, sorry. And then I also made sure that when it came down to actually recording the music, I'm in the studio like producing the record. Like I'm sitting in there, I don't make the beats because a producer and like a beat maker, those are essentially two different things. A producer can make beats, but somebody that actually produces the whole song from start to finish when it comes down to the melodies, the writing, I'm doing that. I'm sitting there with the engineer, going over and doing stacks, doing things that make the song whole, make it sound like a complete song. So it's just like I really like immersed myself in every facet of what music is as opposed to putting it out. So I'm like, I studied what it means to make money from it, to put it out, to market it properly, to essentially run it like a business. So kind of well versed in a couple different areas in music. Like even when it comes down to like lyric videos and stuff, I make those myself. So it's like I had to teach myself graphic design. I taught myself marketing. I taught myself how to train the SEO to know it's me. So anytime that somebody types in one of my songs, it automatically sends them to my page, no problem. Like I went on Google, learned Google ads, learned Facebook ads, took courses, like stuff like that. So I'm
you
like,
out here pushing.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's not just like I'm an artist and I put music out. Like no, I run it like I'm a one-woman label. I touch every single piece of the aspect of it to make sure that when it comes out as a final product, it looks like it can stand up there with the best of the best. Because that's my goal. My ultimate goal is I want to chart and I want to put myself in that position to where it's like you can see that the work has been done. It looks like there's a machine behind her, but it's not. It's really just her. So that's kind of all I do.
That's a lot.
It is.
That's just all that I do. Like, no, that is a whole lot. You're doing it. And the best thing about it is that you said that you touch every aspect of it to make sure that when it's final, it's the way that you want, how you like it, and you know that it's up there and matched with what's going on today.
Yeah.
So I do like that, and that's amazing.
I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm like, oh, I forgot a part. I book all my own shows too. So like that's the other part. It's like I'm my own booking agent. So it's like I make sure that I'm reading the contracts and I'm making sure that I'm getting them looked over. If I need a second opinion, I made sure that I well versed myself with legal jargon so that I'm not sitting here getting confused trying to read it and see like I'm locked in something for 5 years and I don't want to be, or I'm locked in it for a lifetime. Like I don't want to give up ownership of things that I don't want to give up ownership of. Like I just made sure I was well versed in every category because I don't want to give it one good go. I don't want to be that person where it's like, okay, I signed a deal and then I fell off and I had to start over and then this, like no, I want to one shot straight through and make sure I do it right.
That's good, because there's a lot of artists that, you know, they'll do the music part and they're like, okay, you know, I'm doing this. And then, you know, when those deals and those contracts and everything starts coming, they don't know all of that.
Yep.
And, you know, you found even with artists that are out, that after they've been out for a while and then they're educated about it, they realize that they have no rights to their music. They, you know, but they signed because they were eager to be signed and to do all of that. So it's good that you had to, you know, that you educated yourself so that you knew what you were looking at and what you would have to deal with when those opportunities come. Mm-hmm. Good job.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Good job. And as far as your journey, at what point in your life did you decide that this was something that you, like music was your thing?
I want to say, since I've been doing it for so long, I think it wasn't up until the last 5 years that I was like, all right, you can make money from this. Like, this is something you can actually do. It's not just a hobby. Like, forget what other people are actually saying about it. Because it's like, if you've never been told that you're bad, you're the only one sitting here saying you couldn't do it. So I'm like, I think 5 years ago is when I decided to get out of my way. And I'm like, all right, well, I came this far. I said, how do I complete the 10,000 hours? How do I make sure that when I go up there on stage, I don't look local. I don't look just regular. I don't look like I don't know what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. So I basically shifted gears. I was like, all right. I was like, yes, you need a 9-to-5 to survive. I was like, but I'm going to use my 9-to-5 and use that, everything I got, and just propel myself forward so I can start making money from my music. And from that point, I was like, all right, stage presence, that's a big thing. Like actually making sure that I have the stamina to be up on the stage. People don't think about that. I was like, so I was in the gym running and singing. Like, it's just little stuff like that. Yeah, so I'm in the gym running and singing, making sure my stamina's right, making sure that, and the other thing is, a lot of people don't know I couldn't sing. Mm-hmm. I could hold a note, but like 5 years ago, it was not there. I don't know what was going on, but like my sound wasn't there. I hadn't perfected it. So that's another reason why I was like, I can't do this yet. So I'm like, once I think Patience was probably the first song I recorded in 2020 where I was like, oh crap, like your voice actually got better. Mm-hmm. You could do this for real now. Like, it's not just rapping, because I started out rapping. Because I was like, I can't really hold the notes as much as I would like to. I was like, maybe I'll just songwrite for people, and then I'll be a rapper. So that was the initial goal. Mm-hmm. And then once I tapped in, it was like, oh, no, hold on. Like, keep working on your voice and see where you can take it. To the point where it's like, I couldn't do a run to save my life. And like, now I can run up and down.
Oh, yeah, I can't run up and down.
So it's just like, it's stuff like that where it's like, but I was so dedicated to it. I'm like, bro, I was like, I want to be on the stage. I want people to be like, whoa, she rapped. And then she did a run. Like, that's just something like, for me, that was like, I just need that. I was like, I know I can do it. And I know nobody else is doing that. I was like, everybody can rap and they can just kind of sing. That's just how it goes. Like, and people are just okay with that. I was like, I'm not okay with that.
Yeah.
I don't want to rap and kind of sing. Like, I want to sing if I'm going to sing. So, yeah, it's like I just really started to prepare myself. And then once I started, I recorded Patience, and then I just was on a roll after that. I just kept recording. And my process is quick. It only took me about 30 minutes to write a song. So it was like,
okay.
I was able to write, like, I probably had like 1,000 songs written within like 6 months. Just because I was just going and going and going and going and going. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Speaking of songwriting, because I was going to ask, what is your inspiration, or how do you prepare when you do write?
I don't really. I just like, if I hear the beat and I hear a melody, I can do it. If I don't hear a melody, I can't do it. That's really like my train of thought is as far as it goes.
Okay.
And I write, one thing that I feel like is unique in my process that people might find weird. I name all my songs after the beat name. Because a lot of producers who make beats, they're going to name the beat off of the feeling or whatever they were feeling when they did it. So I just catch their vibe.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, for example, like Patience. People are like, oh, why'd you name Patience that? And you never said the word Patience. That's the name of the beat. And I said, and somehow the song always ends up resonating with the title. As it just always worked out that way. So I just kept doing it.
Yes, it does, because I listened to some of the lyrics and everything, and I did a little, I told you I stalked your page and did a little research, and Patience seems like it's a song with experiences.
And having to have patience, having to understand healing and being in a relationship and moving forward and setting boundaries, like it's a lot tied into it, which is why I was like, I think I'm gonna just keep going with this vibe because it always works. I'm sure that's what the producer was feeling when he made the beat. In some way, shape, or form, that's the vibrations that he was sending through that beat. So I just caught it and put it in words. So that's just kind of how my process works. So it's like anytime I get a beat, if it has a name, if it doesn't have a name on it, I usually will just name it whatever I feel. Typically, it's never what the song says. Like you're never gonna get a song from me where the title is a lyric
song.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It seems so cliche to me.
It's just, but it's good to, name it based off of, the feeling or the vibe that you get. Because again, you named it Patience, and everything that you wrote about had to do with having that patience. So it just fit so well. And so once you can be in tune with that, girl, listen, then you got it, and you got craft and talent and all of that. Who inspired you to do music?
Lisa Lesta Lopez.
Oh, nice.
I was like 9, I think, because my dad is from Detroit, so it's like I grew up listening to like Ghetto Boys, like DMX, like it just was a lot of like. At that time, he had me just heavily influenced in rap. So it's just like I was listening to Slick Rick, like I was listening to everybody. Like he was putting me on for everything from the East Coast, because he didn't really listen to a ton of West Coast. Like NWA was like as far as my dad went, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just like for me, he didn't play a lot of women rappers either, and like the ones he would play, like. No shade at all. I love Trina, like I love Lil' Kim, but I could never listen to their music because it was just always too raunchy. Like it never resonated with me. Like gave me that feeling where now that I'm an adult, I'm like, all right, I can get with it. I get it. But like as a child, it's like I should not be listening to it. It's like some of the lyrics was just way too vulgar. I was like, I couldn't do it. So it's just like, but to hear. When I heard Waterfalls, and then I heard her come in with her verse, but she was talking about like drugs and like an drug epidemic, and I was like, what the heck? And I was listening to all the lyrics. I was like, this song is actually about something. I said everything else ain't. I was like, none of this. I said even when it came down to some of the stuff my dad was listening to, y'all was talking about robbing, killing, and stealing. That is all y'all was talking about. I was like, there is no change in subject. So I was like, once I heard how intellectual she was, but she was able to spit it in a way that you didn't even realize she just taught you something. Like you didn't even realize like she just said like a whole lot in this small little verse.
Yeah.
So I'm like, once I saw that, I was like, whatever that is, I want to do it. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but like I want to do it. So it's like that's when I just started to like figure out how to songwrite. Like I just started to write down lyrics. I started to study the way that they were written. Tried to figure out like, okay, this is where a hook should go, this is where a bridge should go. Like I started studying like, and I didn't get into singing. I was always singing as a child, but I didn't get into singing until maybe like a couple years later.
Yeah.
Like I think like once Chris Brown came out, that's when I was like, oh, like hold on, like I want to learn all these songs, like I want to sing, like Sierra, like that era. Once that popped off, I was like, oh, okay, like I'm gonna try to sing and stuff too. I found it. I'm gonna try to sing and stuff too, but like no, I want to rap. Like I just want to be a rapper. Like that's just cool to me. So yeah, that's who inspired me. Like through and through. Like to this day, I could rap that verse front to back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I would go out the singing part straight into the rap part. And I'm like, that just always seemed cool to me. So I think that's what really planted the seed. And now it's crazy to be able, like, now that I'm older and I got my voice to where I want it to be, whenever I do sing that song, I can sing it all the way straight through. And then immediately go into the rap verse.
Right.
And have no problem doing that, what most people more than likely would.
You're right about that. All right. So, you had a song, Power 93?
Yes, man. Power 98.3. That was crazy. That was actually crazy.
Power 98.3. Yes. And what was the name of that?
Off the Porch.
Yes.
They played Off the Porch. John Blaze from 98.3 played it on Beat Locker Show on Sunday. So he played it this morning too. So he played it this morning and he played it last Sunday morning. So
how was that feeling when you were, I'm pretty sure you were driving, listening to the radio, and then you heard a song, you're like, wait a second, is this me?
It's literally,
hold on.
Literally what happened, but it was even more confusion than that because it was, so I believe we were running late somewhere. I was running late somewhere, and I don't listen to the radio. Like, I just don't. I've been born and raised here. They play the same stuff over and over. So
I know.
I immediately get in the car, plug my phone in. I was running late somewhere. Was not even thinking about, like, nothing. So I'm like, I'm just trying to, like, get to where I'm going. And, like, I hear the beginning sample of my song, and, like, but I'm like, no, I'm tripping. I'm like, you sleepy or something. Like, you're tripping. I don't know what's going on. And the radio's turned down real low at this time, too. So then I'm looking. She was in the car with me. My best friend was in the car with me. And I'm looking, and I hear the beginning of my song. I was like, so I looked at my phone, and I said, well, I'm not connected. And I looked at her. I was like, are you connected? And she was like, no. I was like, I said, they playing my song on the radio? I was like, hold on. I don't know what's going on here. And I was like, it's just weird how, like, the universe works because I don't listen to the radio. I was not told it was going to be played, like, nothing. Like, I had no heads up or nothing. I just so happened to be in the car at that spot. I was only in the car for like 10 minutes.
And that 10 minutes was necessary. I always say things happen for a reason, so there was a reason why. You did not plug in, you were running late, you had the music down and it played in your ear. You probably thought that, you know, like maybe like, no, I wasn't really thinking about this, but what?
Yeah, I was like, that's crazy. I was like, I thought radio play. I was like, man, I thought I at least had like another year. I was like, I ain't been doing this that long. I was like, going as hard as I am for my career, it's only been since like February.
Yeah, but I mean, you're going hard. So because you're going hard and you're putting that work in, and you've been manifesting this for a while, so the stuff is gonna start to happen, and before, like, bam, like it's gonna start turning over. You know, I don't do music or anything, but in just, you know, my personal journey with certain things, such as, you know, the show, like things just start turning over once you manifest them, and you just start putting in that work. Like you probably, you know, trying to hit, you know, you probably went way beyond the 10,000 hours and it didn't take you as long as it takes other people. So, you know, so once you start doing that and you have a good, you know, you got a good following, you have a good background, you have support, you know, and everything like that, then it's just gonna start taking off. So even if you've done it for 6 months or 6 years, you know, the drive that you put into it is what makes everything work and come into play. So, you know, you're working. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations on that. Yes. Man, because my brother, he produced some songs and did some things. And I know how it was for me. I was driving in the car one day and I heard, you know, a beat. I was like, this sounds like something my brother would make. And then I was like, what? Oh shit, this is my brother, you know, and I called him, hey, listen to this. And he was like, yeah, I know, it's been on the radio. Didn't say anything, but you know. So I can, just me being a relative and hearing it on the radio, so, you know, it was an amazing thing for me. So I know the feeling that you had. It was like, oh my God.
Yeah, and I'm like, my phone was blowing up that whole day. Everybody's like, how do you feel? I'm like, I don't even know, to be honest. I'm still processing it. I was like, ask me tomorrow. I was like, I'm processing it today. I don't know what's going on.
Yes, and hold on to that. Don't let that just, you know, that needs to be right up in there with one of your greatest moments.
I know, it definitely is. It's one of the biggest milestones this year for sure. Yeah, because I'm like, that, it just hits different to hear it on the radio. Like, you hear the same stuff on the radio all the time, so to hear something different and it's your song, it's like, whoa, what? So yeah, I'm like, it's only more to come. I'm like, it's the first radio station. I know now I can crack radio. Now I can actually do that. So that's something that I can now shift my focus to and like make sure it's like, all right, I'm not just playing in my local state now. I'm playing in other people's states. I'm playing in colleges and X, Y, and Z.
So I know you're going to sing Patience for us today. Okay, that is great. And I listened to it and I saw the video, and I also noticed that you have a lot of views on there. So combined, I know we talked about it earlier, but you have about 130K.
Sounds like something
Yes.
like it.
Something like it. Look at that smile. Look.
Yeah, something like it. I honestly didn't know at first. A fan that told me, because I wasn't on YouTube looking at my, like, I'm not like a self-absorbed artist. I look at my analytics, but like views and stuff like that, I'm never really like looking at those. Just like, I don't know, anything can happen. I don't know. I came back one day, it went from 5K to like 20K, then it jumped to like 30. I was like, what's going on here? So
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. I was like, it was just jumping up in views. People kept telling me, and then I didn't even think to go look at the other video. That's when I had found out, because at first I had thought it was only at a certain number as well. Then I looked and I was like, oh. I said, hold on. I said, so that means that y'all listening to the video and listening to the song, but it's two separate amounts of views, because y'all gotta click on two separate videos. I was like, and then on top of, I was like, I can add in probably like another almost 10K, something like that, from me making a lyric video, just because people kept asking for the lyrics.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's stuff like that where you listen to the song 3 different ways on one platform. So I'm like, yeah, that's the other thing I'm learning, is like, views could just spike at any different time on these platforms. So that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, I saw that at the same time as that. I saw that I had over like 100K, almost 100K plays in the UK. And then it was like I had a lot of South African countries, and it was just like I was going through all of them. I was like, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know how y'all found me, but this is cool.
International. International.
Yeah.
That's what's going on.
Yeah, I'm like, it's like 450K combined, and I was like, 300K of that is only the US. The rest of that is all overseas.
So you're almost at 500,000 altogether internationally, and that is good.
Yes, ma'am. Total
Another
combined,
milestone.
all stats total combined. I just checked it like 2 days ago. I'm at like 750K. So I'm trying to get to 1 million for the end of the year. That's my goal. Try to get to 1 million streams for the end of the year.
Well,
Well, shit, for something higher than that, you gonna hit that probably before October.
exactly. I'm gonna say, hey, you manifested and things have been coming. You're gonna hit that number.
Man.
I believe it.
Man.
I believe you're gonna hit it.
God willing. I'm like, I'll be trying. I'll just do my best, do my work, and like just make sure I'm out here on my P's and Q's, making sure that I'm 100% every time, and make sure I'm ready for whenever a call comes from any direction, wherever it may be, whether it's a show, a podcast, an interview, a deal, or whatever. Like, I just want to make sure like I'm always ready.
Good. Yep. Always be ready, so you don't have to get ready. You gotta stay ready.
Yeah, that's right.
Stay ready. And before I let you go, because I want to hear you in the booth, I really do. But I got 2 questions to ask.
Yes, ma'am.
I think 2, maybe 3, but we're gonna go with 2 first, okay? All right. Question number 1: for any artist that is new, coming up, aspiring artist, what message can you give them and how to follow their journey? And I call it a soul session, to where you know, how you find yourself and you journey and, you know, push. What would you say to someone that's trying to break into the music business?
I would say take all direct advice and criticism, and don't take heed to the unsolicited advice, because a million people are going to tell you you're great, but that one person that's trying to actually give you criticism and get you like to the point where you can be seen in different places. Listen, yes, it's hard. Yes, it'd be hurtful. Yes, sometimes it comes with a no. Oftentimes it comes with a no. Don't be upset about it. Just literally take it to the chin and keep moving, because that's the biggest thing. Is a lot of people are trying to help you, but it can be disguised as mean. It can be disguised as like, a lot of people are busy. They're just busy and they don't have time. They don't have time to teach you, and they have, or give you anything. They can tell you what you need to do, and you can take that information, you can go with it, or you can keep doing what you're doing, and you may not see any success in that. So I would just say take all direct advice and criticism, because that means somebody actually cares to help you level up. So that's like my biggest key advice I have.
Take all direction.
Take all direction. All direction is good direction. Even if it sounds like BS, you may look back up later and be like, it was right. That music video did look terrible. I don't know what I was doing. But at that moment, you might have thought it was the best shit out. And it might not have been. So take all direct advice and keep it in the back of your mind, even if you don't agree with it. Because there's a reason somebody said something. They cared enough. So
That's right. Yes, because Yeah, I get that criticism sometimes too, and I'll keep it in the back. I'll argue it all the way down because I feel like I'm right.
That's how
But
it be
I
sometimes.
keep it in the back of my mind, and then one day I'm like,
yeah, they was
you know what? Let me go ahead. Let me try what this person said. You know, as I get side-eyed from standing over here, let me try and see how this works.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what?
And be like, you know what? I should have listened.
I should have listened. Save the argument.
I'm
This
like,
is fantastic.
I can only give that advice because I've done it mad times.
Yeah.
I've bumped my head, I've argued my way through stuff, and I'm just like, well, if I just would have listened, I probably would have.
Let me just go ahead and listen. So,
Yeah,
and then you got a high five the person in your mind, like, thank you for that 6 months ago. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm like, you just gotta tuck your ego. It's ego
Yeah.
death. That's all
True.
it is.
True. And my next question is, if anybody is looking for you, how do we find you?
You can find me on all social media platforms under Eryn Lanaie, ErynLanaie. I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, I got a Twitter, I don't be on Twitter, I'm not even gonna hold y'all, so don't tweet me. But y'all can hit me in my DMs, anything, looking for new music and stuff like that. I'm also on all platforms, and I will have a new song dropping this is September already, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I will have a new song dropping in the next like 3 weeks, working on that. So yeah, it's just Eryn Lanaie, all platforms. That's where you can find me, anything relating to me. So
Nice. And anything coming up?
I have a show. I have a lot of shows lined up for this month of September. Campfire for Love, I know that I'll be doing that. That's September 16th. September 16th, I have that Vibe R&B brunch that I'm one of the spotlight artists. I'll be performing Patience there with a live band. And then on the 17th, no, that was 17th. The 18th, I have Life Her podcast interview. Their big podcast on Instagram. And then I have DJ from Icon Radio. We're doing an interview on Tuesday the 19th. So yeah, and then I have 50 years of hip hop. I'm doing a tribute shoot to Cameron. So with the pink hat and like the whole like vibe. So I'm doing that at the end of the month.
Okay.
Heat Advisory Show in October. I'll be there helping out, possibly performing and stuff like that. So yeah, anything else more to come. I'm trying to get on at the State Fair at the present moment. So hopefully that'll be coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
So other than that, working.
Sky's the limit, right?
Sky is the limit.
The sky is
Hopefully
the limit.
I'll have more booked after we speak. After this, I'm like, by then when we catch up, I'll have more to tell.
Mm-hmm. And the final question, you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you ready to go in the booth?
Yes, ma'am.
That's the final question. I'm ready to hear you. I'm ready for you to go in the booth as well. So, Eryn Lanaie.
I'm just being honest about these feelings I'm feeling. Going through the motions, I'm still healing. Finding ways to cope, but I'm still dealing with these triggers you ain't always existed. I really want this, but give you resistance. Showing up for you, then I go distant. Like there's a message that you're missing. But my heart is so cold that defrosting it is a mission. I've been going up, going down, round in circles, telling you things I wanna know so I don't hurt you. Not trying to nag and get in my bag cause I ain't birth you. But you gon' show me that same respect because I earned it. I know I'm the baddest bitch you met just off my mental. Slim waist and my booty kinda fat from the right angle. And all your dogs said you were fool if you leave me single. And I got my issues but you acting real remedial. I'm the bomb, you the fuse that set this bitch off. No persuasion, not a ruse I'm trying to get off. Take the hint, follow the signs, it's close to tip off. The shit is vintage, real exclusive, ain't no rip off. I'm the bomb and you the fuse that set this bitch off. No persuasion, not a ruse I'm trying to get off. Take the hint, follow the signs, it's close to tip off. This shit is vintage, real exclusive, ain't no rip off. You showing all the signs and I'm not into that. You say you really want this, well then run it back. And if you can't see the reasons, then it's over with. Cruising on my lonely, feeling high. Tired of feeling no, tired of feeling no,